I don't know about you, but for me, lately, my search results have been absolutely horrible. They've been filled with AI slop and listicle articles, and just it's been so hard to actually find the things I need when I'm searching the web. And yes, I still search the web. I don't just ask AI for everything. And I was really frustrated about this and tried to figure out what I could do. And I actually came across this idea of meta search engines. So if you haven't heard of them, a meta search engine is essentially a search engine aggregator. It will pull search results from multiple search engines and then bring all of those back in and re-rank them and kind of show you which ones appear across multiple search engines. So it's a cool concept. And there are some publicly hosted ones, but there is also open source ones that you can self-host. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So I came across this one called SearXNG or SearXNG, whatever you want to call it. But essentially, you can host this locally, and it searches across multiple search engines and runs either on a server that you've provided or on your local machine. So I actually have this running in Docker. Right here, you can see I'm on localhost 8080. But if I search for how to reverse a string in JavaScript, this goes out. And you can see here in the results, it's pulling in from Google, Startpage, Brave, DuckDuckGo. So it has essentially searched all of those and now brought all of the results back here and ranked them according to which search engines have those particular links. So this one here, it's a Stack Overflow post. This result was included across all the search engines. So it's one of the first results that appears here. And personally, I've been finding that when you have search results in this way, you're much less likely to get AI slop or just things that are trying to game the search engines, because if it appears across multiple search engines, it's more than likely going to be a good result. So we can head here. And yes, I still use Stack Overflow. I know I'm a boomer at this point. But meta search engines, they're amazing. And like I showed you, I'm actually running this locally. So I literally just have a Docker container spun up, and it's just a single image that I expose the port on, and then also expose a couple of directories so I can specify the settings that I need. But this is literally all I need. Docker compose up, and now I have a search engine that I can search across. It also supports bang commands. So bang commands were one of the things that I really liked about DuckDuckGo and why I use DuckDuckGo so much. But if you want to use bang commands with SearXNG, you can just do a double bang and then the name or the abbreviation to point to that specific search engine, and that will go off. And so bang bang G searches for Google. You could do bang bang W for Wikipedia. So basically all of the bang abbreviations that you're used to from DuckDuckGo also work with SearXNG. This has been working wonders. So right now I have it running just as a Docker container, but in my home lab at home, I also have it running as a virtual machine there. And that way any computer on my network can use this local search engine. And you may be wondering how I'm able to just search here in Firefox. Like, whoa, this works? It's because in my Firefox settings, I've specified localhost 8080 as my default search engine. So you'll see if you just grab that URL in your browser settings. So this should work in Chrome, Brave, whatever you use. If you head over to search engines, you can specify the URL, and then you just do q equals %s. And whenever you search from the browser bar, it's going to fill in that search term there. So like I said, nothing crazy, but this has been working wonders for me. If you want to know more about it, they have extensive documentation for how to set it up and how to customize it. Also, like depending on where you're running this, you might need to fill out CAPTCHAs. So these various search engines don't think that you're a bot, because I mean, technically, this search engine aggregator is going off and pulling in results. Another aspect of this, and where you might have come across SearXNG, is because it's privacy conscious. Essentially, when it's making these requests, it doesn't send across any cookies or anything like that. So all of the requests that are made to these search engines are basically stripped away from all of the usual tracking things that are sent along when you're using a specific search engine. Now, of course, it's still going to have the IP address of wherever you're running SearXNG, and on this case, I'm running it on my machine. So they still know me by my IP address, but they don't have my cookies, they don't have my search history. It's also a very privacy-conscious way to do this. Now, another thing you can do is hook up all of your AI tools that might use MCP servers to your SearXNG instance. There is this MCP server called MCP-SearXNG. It's not super popular because not too many people know about SearXNG. You can see it has about 400 stars on GitHub. But personally, I just vibe coded my own MCP server. If you enable JSON results for your SearXNG instance, it's trivial to basically tap into the API. So you can see here in my setup, I've got it pointed at this config folder. So if you do this, spin up SearXNG, it's going to create this settings.yaml file. And then inside of there, there's this section under search called formats. If you add JSON, that makes the JSON API available because by default, it only offers up HTML results. But now with that, for any search term, you can just add and format equals JSON on the end, and your SearXNG instance will respond with all of those results in a nice big JSON array. So AI is really good at consuming this. And again, you can use an existing MCP server, create your own, but this is another nice way to start integrating this local meta search engine tool with your existing workflows. All right, lastly, there's one more tool I came across. I haven't had a lot of time to explore it, but just spinning it up with Docker, it seems really cool. So it's called Perplexica, and it's actually an open source app that is very similar to Perplexity. So if you've ever used Perplexity, essentially you can ask questions or search for things. It'll go off, search the web, pull in multiple results, and then summarize those results and give you an answer. So instead of just getting a result directly back from an AI, it actually goes off and searches the web. And the cool thing about Perplexica is their default instance actually includes SearXNG behind the scenes. So you can see in their example Docker setup, you can just spin it up, point it at a directory, expose the port. And I've done this exact thing with Docker Compose. So super simple, pull in the image, specify the port, good to go. And once it's running, now you can do things like this. So what is the best way to reverse a string in JavaScript? That's actually going to go off, search with SearXNG, and then summarize those results using whatever AI APIs you've set up. So I actually set this up with my Anthropic API key. And so I am now getting a Perplexity-like experience, but it's running mostly on my machine. Of course, it still has to reach out to Anthropic for the AI, but all of the searching happened locally. This is pretty slick. So I'm going to explore this a bit more, but I am liking this local setup overall. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to show you. Give it a try. I personally, like I said at the beginning of this video, I've just been so frustrated with search results lately because for whatever reason, the search engines are not doing a good job of filtering out slop. And it's been really getting on my nerves. All right, I'll see you in the next one.